Hello to all my friends out there. How you guys? It's me. I'm back. Okay, now what? Well, I actually have a good video, in my opinion. I bought these little candles, very cheap, so I'm burning them up. I need to go to the thrift store and buy some candles. They're all pretty much burned up. And we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, this video is low-cost food, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, 2 times more money on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And so I thought, you know, the way I have always done it is like really thrifty during the week, and then, you know, kind of relax on the weekends, but I think this is much better. Okay, so today is Sunday, so we've been pretty conservative around here. And so come Monday, we're going to have most of our money. I worked for this lady when I was really young, and she said, now, do not cash your paycheck until Monday. And I have been doing that all of my life. So, all right, so we'll be thinking about that. So, okay, today I went to the gym and it was pouring down rain, so I was very happy because I got a free car wash. Then on the way back, I wanted to get some more crackers because they had these really good crackers for $1.25. I love these. And so there was no crackers. In fact, the Dollar Tree was pretty much cleaned out. And I said, well, what's happened? All the food is gone. Is this Dollar Tree going out? And she said, no, basically that's going to be the Dollar Trees in the high crime areas. And they do have a guard at the front door. And their food is always the freshest because people like me buy it all up. So I bought, what I'm going to do is stop in there every single night until I get all the stuff I want. And then I decided, I knew I wanted to make some cottage cheese. So what did I do with that? Okay, so I bought 2 of these shelf-stable milk because it's cheaper than the Walmart powdered milk whole milk. And so right now I'm going to make some cottage cheese for dinner. So I'm trying to find a small screen. I wrecked mine, but this is good enough. So I boiled 2 cups of shelf-stable milk. So it's 4 cups. So tomorrow I could make a tasty little batch of cream cheese. But I probably won't because I have that in the freezer. I usually drink 2 cups of milk a day. So the shelf-stable milk is good because it's good enough for 2 days. And so it's about, what, 65 cents each? Okay, so then, I thought I put here it is. 2 cups milk, and then I boiled it. I cooked it on low until it boiled, and then I turned off the heat and added 3 tablespoons of vinegar. And so so here it is. Can you see this? So I'm going to have some really delicious cottage cheese. And so what's good is if you stock up on milk, any kind, I think I got more cottage cheese out of the shelf-stable milk. And it's cheaper. I stocked up on a lot of, so let me show you. Here's what we have so far. So I'm just going to drain this as I go on here. And then I'll press the rest of it out. Okay, so now, so I got, I wanted more crackers. They didn't have any. But what they did have, because I'm always on the lookout for storable food. So these nice packages of, they seem like maybe some kind of, spicy seasoned beef crumbles, and it looks like it's in some kind of taco shell. So I was going to make, you know, at Jack in the Box, they have a $10 box, and it's mini tacos, it's fries, and it's mozzarella sticks. I go, wow, these would be good to make some tacos. I'm going to leave these out because we're going to come back to that. So I couldn't get crackers. I got 2 boxes of beef crumbles and 2 shelf-stable milks. So I could make butter, which is my cream cheese, or cheese, or cottage cheese. Okay, now I want to talk about the Oslo diet. A Norwegian doctor came up with the Oslo diet because I think it was either the Depression or the end of World War II. I made some mint tea. The Norwegian children were literally kind of starving. And so this Oslo diet, in Europe, they're probably eating this to this day. Wheat bread and butter. That's why if you know how to make butter, you make your butter out of your milk. I'm going to give you in case you didn't get the recipe yet, I have a lot of new followers. Hi, you new followers. I wish I could say I was earning a lot more money, but it's nice to have you. It's nice to have your lovable vibe. I really mean that too. Okay, so 4.25 cups milk. So 4 cups milk, 1 teaspoon salt. Heat the milk on the stove or in the microwave. Strain. So you're getting this much would be perfect for a decent batch, 2 cups. So at this point, this would be cottage cheese. You can salt it if you want to, but I never do. Strain it, and then what I do is I put it directly into the blender. I add 2 spoons sour cream, and I found this best sour cream at Smart and Final. That's my other favorite store. That's where I get my marked down produce. Here's the one I like if you can get your hands on it. It's delicious, and it's perfect for making. So you need a little, I might make yogurt tomorrow, you guys. 2 spoons sour cream, and let's see. 100 grams of melted butter. So that for a whole batch would be 1 3/4 cup. But I always use a 1/2 cup, and you know, for a half a batch, or for a half a batch about a 1/4 cup, and for a whole batch a 1/2 cup. 2 spoons sour cream, and you just blend it, and voila. Here is the recipe. You can see I made this a lot. Eventually I have a micro memory. I might memorize it, possibly. Okay, so now I want to give you the fry bread. So if you have everything to make fry bread, okay, if you use your whey to make your fry bread and you fry your fry bread in olive oil, you're going to have some really good fry bread. So I usually make a half a batch. 1 cup flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt. Mix all the dry ingredients up. You can add a 1/4 cup powder milk, or if you're using your whey, you don't have to. You don't have to add powdered milk, but if you have it, it's very good. And then you get the same amount, 1 cup water to the flour, and you mix that up into a soft dough. And I usually knead it around. Then I put a little oil in the bowl, and I kind of coat my ball of bread dough with oil, and then I let it rest for 20 minutes, and then I fry it in very hot oil. So if you stockpile just these 3 items, I might make this tomorrow. It's very delicious the next day too. So that's the fried bread. So back to the Oslo. Okay, wheat bread, or if you make fry bread fried in olive oil, any oil. salad with 3 vegetables, bottle of milk, and 1 piece fruit. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight, I like to eat this for lunch, and I've told you guys about it, but I haven't showed you. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so in this little bowl, we're going to have the cottage cheese I just made. You can add salt to it. This is better cottage cheese than you're going to buy. So in the Oslo diet, you have bread and butter. It would be awesome if you had cheese. This is what I eat for lunch. Then I made some tuna fish. And, well, it was salmon that I bought. If you can afford the good salmon, so I have salmon. It's mayonnaise, a little mustard, and some pickle relish. And then I have some Land of Lakes cheese that I bought. And I also bought jalapeno cheese this month. So what I'm doing is I'm buying a big block of cheese. So I'm always going to have bread, cheese, tuna, and cottage cheese. So that is really a good combination. So I mentioned to you guys that I bought marked down fruit at Smart and Final, and I told them you have overcharged me, and they said we did not overcharge you. And here is my homemade peanut butter that I've showed you guys. Doesn't have to be homemade. I've been drinking this vitamin water with 0 sugar instead of Diet Coke. I'm still drinking tea a little bit. So, okay, where's my apples? So, I have a turnip. I have celery. I'm making enough for today and tomorrow. 2 carrots. And these are the 2 apples that I bought. Really, they weren't that great of a deal, but they will be fine. Let's see. I will try to cut out the bad spot. Uh-oh. I already washed this, you guys. It's still going to be plenty for my purposes tonight. And where's my other great deal of apple? What I did too is I inspected the apples to make sure that I was getting the best bag. This one. So same thing, I will cut the bad spot off. Okay. So I like to buy apples because I like to make applesauce bread or banana pops. A lot of times I just like to, I do not eat apple peels. I do not eat vegetable peels at all. I don't like them. I think there's a possibility that they're contaminated with pesticide. If I had a little child, I wouldn't let them eat apple peels. Well, it depends. If, like, you go up here, we have Julian where they grow the apples. If you go to a really nice place where you're picking the apples fresh, well, that might be a different. Okay, so now I want to mention this cottage cheese and apples that I'm making. I worked for this woman, Barbara Dameron, in the early days. In fact, like right out of beauty school. And she used to eat this every day, cottage cheese and apples, and she got me doing it. And it's actually delicious. I like to eat it. I mean, this figure, I was maybe 19 and I'm 69 and I'm still eating it. So, and then all my whey is available for drinking. And I'm saving it because tomorrow I'm going to make fry bread with it. Unless sometimes I just drink it. I start drinking it and, you know, I drink it and, you know, I have to make more for tomorrow. Okay. I want to get my ways out there to the world. because figure even if like only one person learns some of them and then their children learn some of them, like making a special point to buy the fruit marked down. So okay, Friday night we're not going out to eat. No, we're eating something. I mean, you don't have to eat as cheap as I have. What I do is if I feel like eating that cheap thing, whatever it is, I eat it. Like tomorrow I'm probably going to have Dollar Tree sausages because I took them out of the freezer. Have you guys ever tried these? Where is it? I don't know where they are, but you'll see them tomorrow, unless this is them. No, I don't know. My refrigerator is untidy, to say the least. So, I will probably have sausages and maybe some homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm thinking some of my followers haven't seen me make the homemade macaroni and cheese, and I have a lot of cheese, and I love macaroni and cheese. So, okay, back to cheap food. So then, this month, I mentioned to you last month that I really had plans of eating out of the stockpile all month. The month before, you know, I went 3 days. And I have food, so I thought just eat it, you know, eat it this month. Your food goes down fast when you start eating it, but that's okay. Hopefully, as you start doing some of these, you're going to have plenty of food. Before I do the next video, I have got to find my sharp knives. This is a misery. Oh, this one's sharp. That's good. One time I bought 3 or 4 knife collections. I want to mention buying forever things. So at the thrift store on one time, I bought a lot of knives, good quality knives. And so the knives will last me for a while. And just so happened, at the time I bought them, so I'm cutting them like in bite-sized pieces. At the time I bought them, and they'll be okay for tomorrow if I don't eat them. This is why I only buy 2 or 3 fruits at a time. Tomorrow I might make applesauce, because I don't want my apples going bad, especially after I made a trip to tell them that they overcharged me. I said, you guys charged me $5.99. They said, no, we charge you $99. And I told you guys last night that they charged me, no, they charged me 99 cents. So, especially I don't want them going bad after. You guys, if you haven't ever tried this, it's good, and it's a good little protein addition to your meal. I should have put here they are. There's cottage cheese under there. You saw it. So I have cottage cheese and apples, so I have a fruit. Now, I want to, what I do is I peel my celery, because it tastes so much better without these strings. And then I want to put peanut butter, my homemade peanut butter. I showed you guys how to make it, so easy. Just get any peanuts, get them at Dollar Tree, get them at anywhere, and just roast the peanuts at 250 in the oven, 10 minutes on both sides. I'm just going to make one. And then if they have the skin on them, roll them in 10 minutes on each side, take them out, put them in a dish towel, rub them around, and then get the peel off, and then put them in the blender and pulverize them. and then add about 1 tablespoon of oil. And when you get used to eating, this is so good, this lunch I'm showing you. Also, getting those good crackers, the price, they're saying, watch out people in Europe, the price of gasoline is going to be going up, and also there might be shortages. And I thought, yeah, what do you think might happen? Well, the price here is already pretty high. I mean, we're used to paying like at least $5 a gallon here. So we have to be prepared for that. I thought, why don't you use your little tray? That is why I bought it. Oh, I'll leave this out. So we have cheese. This Land of Lake cheeses, I bought a lot for $10. I bought it marked down. So I bought a $20 cheese for $10, grocery outlet. If I have a little bit too much, that's fine. Okay. This is what I like to eat after the gym. Kids would like this. Kids would love it. Kids will pretty much eat anything you give them, especially when they're hungry, especially when they're real hungry. I'm going through all my stuff little by little. It's quite unpleasant. And then I have some of this turnip that I bought for $2.50. Actually, this is the third day on this turnip. I actually prefer to buy smaller turnips. Not thinking, oh, it's probably going to cost me $3. No, that was not what I... So since I have so many veggies, I don't need that much turnip. So, you know, if we're going to eat less meat, if we have alternatives, okay, so the tuna's in the stockpile, the stuff in the tuna's in the stockpile, the milk is in the stockpile, so you can, you know, so this, I will finish peeling everything. This wasn't much of a mess at all, believe it or not. I saw a guy today, I was at Walmart late after the gym, and I saw a guy buying 4 big pizzas, and I go, that'll do it. So here's my tray, and then these are vegetable crackers. So I'm just gonna put peanut butter, tuna, and cheese, and I'll get a little pile of crackers, and then there's my cottage cheese and apples. So there we have it, but that is not all. This goes back to the stockpile, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So I stockpiled these soups. They're rather expensive. I think they were $25 for this box. But see these soups? These are 30 packages, so this is enough for a month. And so these are very yummy, and they don't seem to be written in English. So you have your, and it's 3/4 cup of hot water. And it's just enough, soup. You could eat 2, but I never do. It's just enough soup to go with this to round out this, sometimes you've seen me, I eat a half a can of soup. And it's just really tasty. Smart and Final has pea soup and tomato soup in the package, but that is $4 and something cents for 2 packets. So for 2, it would be over $2 each. But this is really good. So okay, you have to zap it for a minute and it'll thicken up. Okay. So I have my little knives for my tea party. I try to find these. It's hard to find anything. What I love is this good cheese. It's a little bit frozen, but that is okay. And so then, you know, I like to eat this, and then I like to drink a little hot tea. And I want to show you something cheap. These are the cookies I bought, and I put them in this little jar because I'm saving my jar. So I want to put a couple of these. These cookies are good. They used to have, sometimes they have good cookies at Dollar Tree. So I keep them in this little jar just to make sure my cookies, they're not going to get stale at my house. I eat them. All right, let's see. Yeah, there we have it. Owie. I don't know if you can see it. That thickened it up. These just taste really delicious too. Okay, and we will put a little homemade peanut butter on one. You get used to this homemade peanut butter, and then I will put a little bit of tuna on one. It's kind of like my tea party in a way. All right, here's what we have. Okay, so this took longer to make than I had anticipated, but that is okay. I want you guys to learn my ways. You can think of Barbara Dameron. When I first, she was so beautiful. And back in the day, we didn't have the good medical care. So this was like 50 years ago. And she went fishing and she had a heart attack and died. And I thought, how does this even happen? Because she was a slender person, but I think it was the smoking. Okay, so wheat, bread, and butter, salad with 3 vegetables, bottle of milk, and 1-piece fruit. And so now what I'm doing is I'm buying forever things. And I wanted to drop these at the swap meet in the worst way. This is 12 bowls forever, and I'm so glad I didn't sell them. But I kind of want to start this little traveling salesman business. And this is the kind of stuff you want, is forever things. Here's my brass bowl. I love this forever. I used to buy all metal furniture when I was younger because I thought I can't afford to buy furniture every time I turn around. So, very important now, buying for everything. I'll tell you something important. You know, I make so much stuff, butter. I make, you know, everything with a blender. What about if we can't use the blender? We better have an egg beater. I don't have one. I'm going to get one. A manual can opener. During the COVID, my daughter-in-law's conked out, and they were between $5.99 and $12. And cast iron skillets. And so you might be thinking, why do this? Well, how about we're witnessing this now in our country, in the U country, the power going out, grid down. The bad thing about a grid down is they could be months to years. You're thinking, oh, the power might go out for 3 days. Maybe. All right, I want to talk about this. One, don't assume someone won't do something stupid. Like a lot of times people would think to themselves, oh, that would never happen. That would be stupid. Don't assume someone won't be doing something very stupid. You might be going, well, they won't do that because too many people might get killed. Really? Look at the G country. Okay, assume an attack of some sort will follow when the lights go out. So if we're attacked and the lights go out, run to where you plan on going if you're like attacked. And then plan for no water and no heat. So mostly these types of things and no lights. So this kind of stuff would be at night. So we want to prepare for that. If it's during the winter time, it's going to be really, really cold shortly. One of the things we need is like a ham radio. So, and also I'm going to be getting, there are walkie-talkies that transmit 50 miles. And then as much as possible, solar everything, you know, solar lights. I'm going to be getting them for my balcony. A camp stove, but propane is expensive. I'm sure they have some kind of solar apparatus, and buddy heaters, but those run on propane. All the poor people I ever knew, all the really poor destitute ladies, couldn't afford propane. No ATM. Oh, I'm just going to run to the ATM and get money. No. No gas. No, everything is computer. Gas shortages, possibly. So, and anything can happen anytime. I was talking to my son about this today. Anything can happen at any time. I'm not saying, you know, be a fearmonger or a doom and gloomer, but we need to be prepared, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. No store. Wow, you mean I can't go to McDonald's? I can't go to 7? We do have a couple liquor stores. They let one person in at a time, and it's cash only. Now I want to talk about MREs. That's meals ready to eat. So if the grid goes down, so these soups that I just showed you, which I eat them all the time anyway, are meals ready to eat. Then these are packages of, let's see, I got Spam, I got pink salmon. This is the expensive way, but you can, and then I have tuna, various kinds. And then I bought these beef crumbles today, and those will go in here. So each one of these could be eaten right out of the packet. And then in here I put, when I get a chance and I get this kind of stuff cheap, I pick it up. And these make 4 cups of soup. I think you add water only. Yeah, just add water. Cook 7 minutes. So it really doesn't make any sense to buy the $4 packets, but so you have soup, you have crackers, and then in this box I have some various soups. Anything I found that was cheap. So in this box I have meals ready to eat. Depending on how many people that was one, it would be quite a way. I see I have some cheddar cheese and broccoli in there. Maybe I make that this week. Maybe, I don't know. What is this? Oh. Good luck trying to find packages these days. The thing to do is keep a little money back, and then if you see a good deal. All right, I want to show you something. Okay, I like this peppermint tea from Dollar Tree. So what I do is I put the rest of my tea in a big cup and I freeze it. That way I have icy cold tea. Okay, let's see. Yeah, these are the ones I'm looking for at Dollar Tree. And then there are these two. What I will do is I will stock up. This is like bread, you know. And it's very tasty with tuna and peanut butter. I try to find these discount shopping, so I bought 2 of these. That worked out really good for the, okay, I have some sardines and some tuna. Okay, if you can get the better tuna, that helps. And if you can get the better sardines when they're on sale, that helps. Okay, and so I had the package, but these can be eaten right out of the can. Gonna need a can opener. That's a bad thought. This one's good right out of the can. If I was gonna eat it for lunch, I'd eat a half a can. Oh, here is the brown sugar I started putting in my oatmeal. I wanted to show you and I couldn't find it. This is quite a bit of brown sugar. It's a little cone. You wouldn't think so. I just grate it and I get about 2 tablespoons in my oatmeal. And then I had, so I'm doing all the cheap, thrifty things I can think of. And I realized that if I save these seed packages, I can put the seeds from my food in them. And then at Walmart, I got something nice, 3 hair conditioners. They were $3.97, marked down to $1.99. So I think at this point, I have enough conditioner to last me for a year. Okay, so now I started doing this, $20. They also have $20 bags of nuts. I want to buy those once a month to make sure I don't run out. Okay, so now the grid is down. So you want to store food so you can survive, like beans and rice, and then plant a garden. So I got this nice rice. It was 5 pounds for $5 at Walmart. But what's good about it is it's short grain and it cooks really fast. And then I wanted to show you, this is just some pinto beans, but they're really small, so they cook faster. And then from now on, I want to get jars, and these hold about 1 pound of beans, so nothing happens to your beans. And then I also stockpile them this way. This is 3/4 of a cup, so that is ready to go, like the pea soup I made. And I think you could add peas and rice to your beans to make it more nutritious. And then here is the oatmeal that I eat in the morning, any kind. This is just the one I'm eating now. And I bought the big bag of nuts, but I'll be buying the $13 bag next month. Not the next month, the next month. Here is the Walmart whole milk. But this stuff is more expensive than the shelf-stable milk. And then here's the bag of raisins. So this is a lot of raisins, especially if you're like me, eating them at a rate of 2 tablespoons a day. And then here's some flour that I bought. But I like to keep a lot of flour around, you know, so that I'm always going to have some bread and butter. Okay, this soup is good. You guys got to try this. You have to order it. You can't get it in the stores. Okay, meals ready to eat. You need food enough until you can grow some more. And growing an indoor garden. I think that is the most important thing to do. If you grow an indoor garden, you're going to have food. Okay, and then today it was raining like crazy, so I was happy I got a free car wash. I was caught in the rain, And as soon as it subsides, I'm going to plant the rest of my garden. Okay, now I want to talk about like being really careful with your stuff, like considering your stuff, like the forever pans, like these. I need racks, and that's a piece plan. But I am looking for the old-fashioned, like pans, like cookie sheets, like pie pans, like cake pans, like, you know, bread pans, the forever pans. No Teflon, none of that. And then, so what I do is I wash them, and then I let them dry in the, I let them drip in the sink, and then I put them on my table with a towel, and then I dry them, and I heat the oven to 200, and I slip my pans in there to make sure I get them good and dry so I don't get any damage on my pans. Okay, so yeah, you just want to take really good care of your stuff. I'll tell you what's nice. They have, these little pans are really nice. They have, one time, I used to do the hair of a lot of chefs, and coincidentally, chefs are usually very handsome for some reason. Anyway, they told me we get a lot of our stuff at Smart and Final, and they do have a nice selection. Okay, so, and then saving the jars and containers. So this will hold a pound of beans, but it will also hold a little batch of pickles, and these could come in handy. So one of the things I'm contending with is this accumulation of items such as that, and I thought, no, you're going to learn how to stack them up so they're not too annoying. Now, okay, now we're heading for a solar eclipse, the biggest one in 400 years, April 8th. And I think it'd be wise to prepare for 3 days of darkness. Okay, so you know in the back of your mind we might be getting hit with 3 days of darkness. So instead of panicking, you have to know that you don't want to go outside during these 3 days of darkness. Now, some people are saying it's going to be very intense darkness. It's not going to be your regular eclipse when there's 3 days of darkness. This might not be it, but we want to be prepared. We know it's going to hit sometimes. And during this darkness, there's going to be two bad things: pestilence and devils. So also people can be inhabited by devils, and the darkness might bring out the worst in them. Okay, so they say you want to have blessed candles, beeswax. So I thought, why? Well, for one thing, beeswax is non-toxic. Although in a mass I did get smoke inhalation one time. I was very sick. But anyway, this 3 days of darkness is supposed to strike on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But it's supposed to subside in 3 days. So now we have had 3 days of darkness before. Exodus, where Moses told the Pharaoh to let the people go. The 9th plague was darkness. So Exodus 10:21, and then the 10th plague was death of the firstborn. So in that case, the judgment was a judgment. That wasn't just darkness. That was a judgment. And what happened was the Hebrews who were oppressed and the godly ones, the plagues did not hit them. But still, we want to be prepared. Okay, there's something has occurred to me. Okay, there's another light, and it's like Christ is the light. But also the virgins, remember the lighted, some of them were prepared with oil in their lamps and some weren't. So you can be thought of that some of them were prepared and some of them weren't. So we want to think about that too. But the main thing is, like, if we have food and water, that is going to help us so much. Like, we're not going to be able to drive down to the kiosk and get water at 7-Eleven. So, that doesn't bear a lot of thinking, like staying up nights worrying, but it can happen. Okay, I want to show you my latest. So what I did to this thing is I thought it needs something, and I got a few extra flowers, and it looks much better. So I am enjoying this. So I get the flowers at, I'll show you the other one I made, Dollar Tree. Some of them turn out really good, and some of them not so really good. I try to get the long ones going to the, oh, this is the front. I try to get the long ones going to the sides, and then these in the middle, because when my grandmother, they were Mormons, and for all the occasions, weddings, funerals, church, the ladies always made the arrangements, and they were always like, you know, like a mushroom, kind of a skinny mushroom. And so I thought it was so beautiful when I was a kid, so I try to copy those. Yeah, but those ladies, this comes down through the generations. They had been doing them all their lives. Most of the time, pink was the color. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And think about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you have twice as much money. And God bless you all. Or if you can do it for a week, then the next week you have 2 times as much money for the week. Okay, bye.